Caddy. I'm sharing my 90th process video titled Love, and it is 17 of 15 layouts I was supposed to create with this kit that I made from my stash for my Work It Wednesday challenge. So I have definitely gone over my challenge. I was supposed to make 15 layouts. This is already number 17. So basically I'm very limited with my supplies at this point because I don't have any 12x12 paper. I have a few sheets of the 6x6 paper pad, which I'm trying to get used up. So that script paper in the background, I have this piece of this cork paper that I used in this kit, and I'm gonna kind of cut it and then piece it together to make one mat for my photo. Now these two pictures are two pictures of my niece. This was last year. She was a couple months old, and I don't even think she was a month old. I think she was, I have to check the date. I haven't dated my layout yet, but she was very small. And then we were at a friend's, one of our friend's daughter's baptism, and I just snapped these two pictures of her. One of them she's really serious, the other one she's about to laugh. I have one of her actually laughing, but it was very blurry and she was moving around, so it was just a very blurry picture, so I used this one instead. So I just pieced the two photos together on my phone, on my Pick Stitch app, and then I just printed it at home on my printer. I finally changed the ink on my printer, so my photos aren't coming out so bad as they were on the one of the last layouts you guys saw. So I'm just trimming down that cork. That cork just has little triangles on it, and I love that triangle paper. It's so pretty. I think it frames the photos very nicely. So then I'm going to start layering some of these pieces from the 6x6 paper pad that I have, and these are just pieces that I've had left over, little scraps, and I'm just using those to put a little border on top of my picture. And then I'm going to adhere my photo down to that script paper. Just taking two pieces because since I had punched out a hole in that cork paper, I'm just taking pieces of cork that I had just put in the trash to just fill in that little gap so that the picture isn't doesn't have just that void area back there. And then I placed it on the script paper, and I placed it kind of at an angle, which is weird for me. I never do, but I like how it looked. And then I'm placing these two strips of floral paper on top and bottom. And then that one I do kind of align it to go perpendicular with the photo. So the only thing that is tilted is that 6x6 piece of the script paper. Now these circles I had cut out from one of the crepe paper papers that I had in my stash. If you guys, not in my stash, I'm sorry, in my kit. If you guys saw the video where I showed all the supplies I'm using, and you guys have probably seen me use this paper in previous layouts if you're following along with my Work It Wednesday challenge. This was just a big piece of like mint green paper, and it had a bunch of circles. So basically I cut all the circles out, and I'm just gonna arrange them on the page. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it, if I want to do it all going down the side or on the bottom, or you know, how I want to lay them. So I kind of decide on this sort of layout. This is more or less, they don't end up being exactly like that. I do move them around. And then I know I want to use those two pieces of floral from the Craft Market ephemera pack, so I decide to fussy cut them. And I stopped the video and then I came back because I didn't want to make you guys watch me fussy cut those flowers. So I'm using the packaging technique, and I'm just using the Heidi Swap Color Shine in Salmon. So that's what I use just to kind of add some color back there because again, I don't have any more 12x12 paper, so I'm just down to white cardstock. And then I'm using the Heidi Swap Color Shine in gosh, what is this called? Mustard. And then I'm just using the mustard kind of as a little border around the two edges. So that's all I'm doing with the mustard, just adding a little border. And it dried fairly quickly because it was a very light coating of the Color Shine, so it did dry fairly quickly. So I'm gonna adhere my photo down because I know where I kind of want it, and yeah, and then I move it a little bit up, I think. So yeah, this is great. I'm so happy that I'm getting more layouts done than I had planned. I did the same thing the last two times, I think, with my Work It Wednesday challenge, where I set a goal of number of layouts that I want to do, and then I always surpass it, which is awesome. Um, I like to kind of stretch my kits, and I have been using a lot of stuff on these pages, if you guys have been watching, to get this stuff used up, because that is the idea, to get it used up. But yeah, definitely, I'm very happy with the results, and I'm very happy with my layouts. And I will be doing a killer kit video to show you guys all the layouts that I got done with this kit. So stay tuned for that, because that is coming up. I will share that with you guys. So I'm adhering all my little circles, and I love these little circles. They're just so pretty. Some of them have flowers, some of them have hearts, some of them just are like two colors, and they're just really pretty. And then I use those two florals, which like I said, I fussy cut them out, and then I use them on the layout. Now I'm taking these Becky Higgins Project Life chipboard pieces, and I'm going to use quite a few of them on this layout. I'm going to use a little flower up there on the left hand side. I'm going to use those little like leaf rows of leaves. Looks kind of like an arrow. I'm going to use two of those, and then I'm just adhering some of the little bows here and there in the circles, and I'm going to use two little arrows. So I'm just using a bunch of stuff. I used the two photo corners that are included in there. I use them on either end where my circles are, and then that I love you I use as well. Um, and yeah, just trying to use up that stuff, because I've had it and I really love that pack, but it's been kind of hard for me to use. So I was very happy to use this stuff up. And then I decided to take that heart with the love and use that, and that's gonna end up being my title. Very creative, right? So yeah, I decide I'm gonna take that heart one off, and then just place that down, and use that as my title, which is love. And then I'm just using my quick dry adhesive in my fine line bottle to adhere everything down, because some of these pieces are the sticky has come off, because I have taken them off to use them, and then I don't use them, so I stick them back, and then the little sticky back starts to go away. So I just use my fine line bottle to just make sure everything is stuck down, um, everywhere. So, and then I decided to add that circle there, because the other one was a little bit busy, so I added that one. And then I put a little heart there from the chipboard pack as well. And this is basically it. I'm gonna take now. I'm gonna do some splatters with the Heidi Swap, the same one that I used for the packaging, the salmon. And then what I'm doing is, because I don't want the big splatters, I want thin splatters, I'm gonna use a little brush. Thought about using a doily. I cut it in half, but I said forget it. It was just going to be too much, so I decided just to leave it like it is. And then I take my little tiny brush, and I find this is the best way to get little tiny splatters. Just to get dip a little thin brush in your color shine or whatever mess, and then just kind of tap your brush. So that's it. Here are some close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a great Thanksgiving. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.